Hey y'all, I am out here today working in my garden and I wanted to show you some things about yellow squash, crookneck squash. Can you see it? Here it is. Let's see how many plants I have in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like I have about 9 plants in here. I think I seeded it for 10. One of them may not have ever taken off. So let me show you what I have going on here. Okay, so you see this squash here. It's a bright yellow color. It's almost as long as my hand, which means it's over 4 inches. And you want to pick these when they're 4 to 7 inches, 4 to 8 inches long. That's when they have their best flavor. This squash, on the other hand, it is not forming right. It's squishy right here. It's discolored and I know something's wrong with it. So there's no point in leaving this on the vine because it's just wasting the energy of the plant. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take my scissors, which is what I like to use. Some people twist them off, I don't. And I'm just going to cut it off so that we're no longer wasting energy on this. Something has gotten to it. Sometimes I can see a caterpillar or something. Regardless of what it is, this one's not ever going to ripen right. It's gone. So I'm going to give this to my chickens. This one, on the other hand, is good. It's over 4 inches long, so I'm going to cut this one off right there. And that one's going to go in my basket. You can see that it's as long as my hand. And you don't want them to get much bigger than that. You can see that the flower has fallen off of the end. And I can pierce it with my fingernail. This is going to be the best tasting squash at about this size. Now I have some others forming, but of course they're not big enough to harvest yet. I've got something going on right here which isn't good. Something's eaten off a lot of this. We'll keep an eye on this one. You're supposed to harvest your squash early in the morning, but I did not have time, so we're doing it when we have time. Tommy and I both work, so we do the best that we can do. So moving on, this squash right here is also healthy, and it's at a good size. So I'm going to cut this one off right there and put that one in my basket. On this one, you can see that the flower end has not fallen off, but it was almost there. It is brown like it should be. Now the next thing I want to do is remove any damaged or diseased leaves because this is doing the plant no favor and it's just wasting energy on these leaves. Now one of the problems I had with this particular plant is, if you can see this is from the cucumber that was, oops, I broke that leaf. That's why I use scissors. Anyway, so the cucumber next to it was growing over to here and was wrapping around everything, and it just chokes the life out of everything pretty much. So I had to pull the cucumber away and give it something else to continue to grow on, but away from my squash plants. But anyway, the next thing we're going to do is remove these dead leaves. Just cut them as close to the stalk as you can, because there's no point in keeping these leaves that are damaged or diseased. I'm going to cut this one off. We want the plant to put its energy into keeping the rest of it alive, the good parts alive, not the bad parts. Going to come over to this one, and I can see this one's not doing well. See the edges of the leaves, you can tell it's discolored, so I'm going to cut that one off. I'm not talking about removing leaves that are just wilted, because they will wilt in our hot Texas sun. I'm talking about leaves that are diseased, damaged, not coming back. It's 90 degrees today. We've had a ridiculously hot spring, unusual even for Texas. Here's a little baby squash growing. You can see from this angle where something has damaged this vine. Okay, so I got all the damaged leaves, that one's probably going next, out of here. The ones that are beyond help. Next, I'm going to add some soil to places like this. I'm going to add soil in the hopes that it will get some more roots right here and save this plant. Don't see where I can add. I'll add some to that one too. Let's see where I can really add to any of the other ones. Looks like I can add some to that one. And then it'll force it to get more roots along this stem here. And hopefully these two plants at least will be saved. Let's see what that one does. So, the important thing with the squash is that you continue to pick the squash off as they get to a mature size throughout the season. Leaving them on there to get gigantic does no one any favors. They don't taste better. See, here's another cucumber that has decided to invade the squash bed. So we're gonna move that over there. Okay, well, I've cleaned this up good enough for today. Harvested a couple of squash. Got some dirt on some of these, hoping they will survive whatever's attacking them. And we'll see how the rest of the season goes. What I do with my squash is I will go take them inside and I will wash them off and cut the ends off, and then I will slice them and put them into the freezer until I have enough to make calabacitas, which is olive oil, onions, the squash, and some corn. You can even throw in some butter, and we saute that, and when it's almost done, you sprinkle some shredded cheddar cheese on it, and even 4-year-olds will eat it. My kids always liked squash that way rather than just the plain old boiled squash, which I don't even like. So anyway, there you have it. There's how to handle squash. So before I finished editing the video, I decided to come out here and dig a little deeper to find out what was destroying my plant, my squash plant. And I dug down in here and pulled out a squash borer larva. So he's going to my chickens. I probably have it in all of my plants, but we're not giving up yet. Now you know what the squash borer looks like. And on this one, I'm gonna see if I can find where he's at in here, which based on this sawdust stuff, looking stuff, he's somewhere around here. See it? What I'm doing is no more likely to kill the plant than he's already going to do. So I might as well see if I can do a little surgery here and try to get him out. There we go. Got him out. Not a happy camper, but I might have saved the plant. They eat the plant from the inside out. Yeah, he's gone. Got him in a bowl. So I can see that there's some sawdust looking stuff on this one. And I'm going to dig for him. You can see where the color is different. There's another one. Might have saved the plant. Might not have, but it was worth a try. Look for some on the other plants. Don't see any of the telltale sawdust stuff on this one. I didn't see any of the sawdust stuff on this one. This one has the sawdust looking stuff here. So somewhere. Oh, there we go. tweezers come in really handy. Amazing how much damage they can do to a plant in such a short time. There we go. There's another one. Now we have 3. Tearing that vine up. And of course there's more on that one. It's like on every plant. Look for the mushy part and the sawdust. There's another one. Or let's see if there's any on this one. Some snails. Yep. See the sawdust? Travel up the plant. There's another one. This one had 2 in it. It may or may not survive. The squash borer larvae are gone. Just gonna cover that up with some dirt and see what happens. Maybe it'll get some more roots and survive. Maybe all of them will die. I don't know. So that's all I've got today about squash. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe.